PayPal, I think for us, it's been a wonderful journey in India so far. It's a journey of a lot of learning because India is a very different market. The needs of the Indian market is very different, and the way the country has been habituated to a certain behavior in terms of cashbacks and incentives is also driving us to think about products more innovatively because we want to build products that have true value where we can deliver that value to customers beyond just cashbacks and incentives. We want them to be delighted with the product, not just because we're giving 50 rupees off or 100 rupees off, right? So that has been an interesting journey where we are working on how to deliver that kind of innovation. The other is that it's a highly competitive market, but it's a market where nobody has yet figured out how to make money and deliver value to shareholders. So it's one where the government itself is so keenly invested in digitization of money that it's a great thing. The government is really a great boon for the area, but at the same time it's also a competitor because the government has its own payment mechanisms with UPI, etc. So it's a very fascinating mix of factors that we are learning from because we find that if you are able to figure out how to win in India, then it becomes easy to apply that playbook in other emerging democracies in the world, right? Emerging areas, countries in the world. So that's the thing that we are really looking forward to, learning from the Indian market, delighting the Indian customer, and then taking this as a global playbook that we can apply in other parts of the world. I think the answer is very nuanced because when you look at an enterprise product, a large enterprise in India will be somewhat similar to a large enterprise in any other part of the world. The way business is run, the way accounting is done, the way HR is done, they're largely going to be similar. So if you're an enterprise product, then a lift and shift with a little bit of customization can still be a very viable option. But when you're looking at a B2C product where end customers are involved, right, then it's a whole different ball game. If you try to do a lift and shift, it's going to be a disaster because the needs of different countries, different demographics in different areas, different geographies in the world are very different. India is a large country in itself. Over the last, I'd say 15-20 years, India as a country has changed tremendously. The population is very young, they're very aspirational, and they're not just going to mimic some other part of the world. There's a very big counterculture that the country creates inside. So you have to be very mindful of this, and so a lift and shift is not something I'd recommend for a B2C company. You have to truly do discovery where you understand the needs of the market and figure out which elements of your existing product is going to work well and build around that with customized experiences for the geography. And that's the approach that we've been taking at PayPal as well.